This is a video inspection of the sewer line. This is starting at the main in the street, which is 98 feet out. It looks like it goes straight out from the side of the duplex. It looks like it goes straight out into Oak. So this I'll start pulling back, and then we'll take a look at everything here. There's some water standing and running from the bathtub in the first unit. It's not draining properly, so the tub was about 3/4 full when I stopped it right now. But it'll help out just to move everything, keep the camera clean also. 35 from the city. That's basically like under the street, so you can see like the greenish color on the top. That's when we know it's plastic. At some point, obviously, the city has done some work and replaced this. So this is the connection. It goes back to clay transition. That's just water that's moving through there. It should go back to nothing. There was no water when I started running it, so this should drain out completely. It's just the water that's running out of the tub. Just slight buildup on the sides there. Again, just transitions, fittings, 45s, offsets or whatnot. Just coming back into the property line. Got a little bit of root on the bottom right. That's basically something that's normal, and you see it all the time when it's clay pipe, which this is. It's just there's sections of clay pipe, which is the original material that was in here, and you're gonna see that pretty much, every so many, like 5 feet or so, where the joints or the connections for each individual pipe or section of pipe is. And you can see that ring, that's one of the connections. So as I pull it back, we'll start seeing a few more of those. So here, looks like it transitions over to ABS pipe. That's at 80 feet, and that would be definitely in the property line. There's a section, there's sections that are in between. Looks like some repairs have been done. Under the house or the units, there is an area where there's still a lot of original cast iron. Again, what we're going through right now, you can see the sides, to the right, it looks black, that's ABS pipe. So at some point this obviously has been installed. Going back, it looks like this is another section of clay pipe. You can see it if I push it forward here. You can see the pitting on the side. That's usually, what you see with clay pipe. So that is definitely clay pipe here. And here we have another connection point between two of the pipes. It's just a little bit of roots, nothing too concerning at all, but they are there. There's just going further into the house. More roots here. That's another connection, between two sections of pipe. Again, this is pretty much the normal, what you see when you have clay pipe. You're gonna see multiple sections of slight root intrusion. It's just basically normal at this point. It's expected from clay pipe. This is a transition or connection point where we have the house that's by itself connecting to the common line of the two units in the house. So this is a fitting at 56 feet from the back of the duplex. Now this is a line that's strictly just for the duplex. Another little section of small roots right there. Nothing concerning whatsoever. I mean, they're there, but it's nothing that I would worry about. I mean, some root killer will take care of it, and that's it. Here we have a transition of going from clay to plastic. There's a slight offset in this section. Nothing. I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, you could see it. Obviously, the offset's pushed off to the ABS pipe is pushed off to the right, but where the water's running, I mean, you can see the water's running just fine through there. Usually, if we have the offset pushing down where the pipe is, lower than the than the clay, like the ABS is lower than the clay, then that would be a concern because everything would get stuck there, or paper or solids would get stuck in that section, possibly causing a backup. It's pulling back now. See, this is cast iron. Cast iron pipe is a little bit different as far as how it is over time. There's some scale buildup on the bottom. That's pretty much normal to see that. Over time, the cast iron starts flaking, debris, forms in the bottom, and that's what I'm going through right now. That's why you see a little bit more water in these areas. However, you do see the water moving freely. I don't think it's going to be an issue. If the units do sit empty for a while, I would definitely recommend flushing these out completely prior to getting tenants, because you will have a backup. If this settles and it hardens, it will cause a backup. But once it's flushed, or somebody keeps using these restrooms normally, it shouldn't be a problem. Here you see a lot of that scale buildup on the bottom of the pipe, on the side of the pipes. That's just normal and expected for cast iron this age. Nothing overwhelmingly on the bottom or sides or anything. If people were to move in here and start using everything, everything would keep working. And I'm just going through the section where the water from the tub is coming in. That's why this is a little bit higher. You can see the water level higher on the camera, but here we go. We got to the spot where it's a little bit lower now. This is most likely right where the transition comes in. And again, that collection of water they see at the bottom has to do with the debris from the cast iron, which is expected. Not unusual or anything. This is definitely going to happen no matter what. However, you can see the water is moving freely, going through. Let's see. Going this 30 feet, 29 feet or so. Another section. Okay, so now continuing to pull back from this. You see water collection. It's the same thing. So here, you could see bottom of the pipe. You can see a little bit of debris in there. As I move the camera, it basically moves. It's not stuck to the pipe or anything. It's just sitting there, and if we push it, and with enough volume of water, everything will flush out. So you can see that the bottom, as I move it, it's gonna. My camera is pushing, and I'm barely putting any force on it. So it's nothing to worry about. What we see there is a connection of the fittings where the tub is connected to the main line that's under the house here. But this looks to be like at some point somebody did some repairs. Those fittings look to be ABS and material, ABS pipe fittings. And then we go back into cast iron again. So this looks like cast iron. You can see the difference, obviously the bottom, the buildup and everything on the bottom. And then we go into this section, which is completely, well, almost completely clean except for the buildup on the sides there. But yeah, this is normal cast iron. This is what you see here. Yeah, you have a little bit more buildup or whatnot, but again, for this material, this type of material, and what it is, this is what you can expect for something this age. Here we go back from that small section of cast iron back to ABS, and you can tell the difference here on the pipe right here. So you can see that ring, the transition in color. The darker side is all ABS, and past that is all the cast iron, which you can see obviously, the buildup that I'm talking about. It's just the scale, and it's normal. So I'm gonna keep pulling back here. This is all ABS, and this is just about from 20 feet from the clean out towards the back. It's been replaced at some point. Work has been obviously done to the house. It's been maintained, and that's why you see the difference in materials. Pulling everything back. This is all basically the line out to the clean out is all clear, and that's it. That's the clean out. Here's the clean out front, the head or the face of it. Um, Everything from this point to 20 feet in is all EBS, and there are some sections that have been, repaired, as we can see in the video. But other than that, there's really nothing too concerning here. Good flush would definitely help, and that's it for the sewer main line. At least this I would just connect to it and fix a few spots if needed. Other than that, the main line will be okay if left alone. The branches into the house, that's a different story. Some of them should get repaired, but I will send an email and an estimate for those possible repairs. That's all.